Today, we're diving straight into what's really happening in the Nelson real estate market right now, because November's data reveals a subtle but meaningful shift that buyers and sellers need to understand. And in a unique mountain market like Nelson, small signals often point to bigger trends. So if you're thinking about buying or selling in Nelson right now, timing and strategy matter way more now than ever. Nelson is one of the Kootenays' most supply-constrained, in-demand communities, and November's numbers show an early trend that could shape the first half of 2026. Before we unpack that, here's a quick snapshot of where the market currently stands. In November of 2025, Nelson and Nelson Rural delivered a highly characteristic data set. Stable single-family demand, extremely tight attached home supply, and modest but consistent growth across almost every category. In Nelson, the single-family homes, we had 6 sales. Benchmark price was $739,000. Townhomes, 1 sale. That's down 50%. Benchmark price is $547,900. And in Nelson, condos, 0 sales. Benchmark price stayed at $417,700, up 1.7%. Now let's zoom out into rural Nelson, which shows a slightly different rhythm. Nelson Rural, home sales, single family, 5. That's up 25% year over year. Benchmark price is $659,500. There is no attached home data reported for rural Nelson, a reflection of its low density, single family dominant makeup. Now let's set these against the regional backdrop of the Kootenays. Single family sales in the Kootenays, 112. Benchmark price, $607,500. Townhome sales, there was 18. Townhome days on the market, 93. Condo sales were 24. That is down 27%. Condo benchmark price, $323,700. Compare these with the regional numbers. Nelson's detached market is steady and stable, while attached homes show low turnover but rising value, a key signal for the months ahead. So Bellsy, what's happening on the ground and in the trenches? Well, here's what it looks like in Nelson right now. Throughout the past 2 years, demand for Nelson single-family homes, especially character homes, walkable location homes, and anything with mountain or lake views often led to early multiple offer situations. But this fall, the buying behavior has changed. Homes are still selling, but instead of a burst of activity in week 1, we're seeing more measured interest from highly qualified buyers. They're asking more questions, taking more time, and negotiating more strategically. Townhome and condo activity is even more telling, with only 1 townhome sale and 0 condo sales, 0, not a zilch. In November, attached home turnover has slowed to a near standstill, but prices are still rising, and that's a sign of deeply supply-constrained market where the absence of listings, not the absence of demand, shapes the data. The key trend to watch in November, in Nelson in November, the data makes the emerging markets trend very clear. Nelson's detached market remains stable, while attached market has entered an ultra-low inventory stage. And here's the breakdown. Detached home. Stable sales, 6 in town, 5 in rural, steady price growth. Attached, 1 townhome, 0 condos, yet both benchmark prices increased, with townhomes rising an impressive 6.4%. Regionally, this aligns with a broader pattern. Townhomes days to sell soared to 93 days. Condo sales have dropped 27.3% year over year. This combination, rising prices and falling sales, usually signals ultra-tight inventory meeting cautious demand. It is not a downturn. It is not a correction. It is merely a shift in momentum where buyers are selective and sellers must be strategic. So one of the biggest forces going to be shaping the Nelson market in the next 18 to 24 months, especially in 2026, is the mortgage renewals. There's going to be 75% of all mortgages are going to get renewed between now and the end of 2026 in Canada. The Bank of Canada has been dropping rates slowly but surely, but really, really, really slow. They're being pretty cautious, but that's okay. In Nelson, where you have a mix of young families and professionals working remotely, retirees and second home buyers, this renewal cycle may have several different effects. Some buyers and some owners may delay listing to avoid resetting their higher payments. Others may choose to sell rather than take on the new payments. And buyers will be more payment sensitive, increasing focus on affordability and long-term stability. Because Nelson's inventory is historically low, even a small surge in listings or a small drop in buyer urgency can influence market balance. So if you're a buyer, what should you do right now? Well, for buyers in Nelson, this moment offers you a very unique opportunity. Stable pricing, extremely limited inventory, and a cooling of competition with downward pressure on values. So here's your strategy. Secure a rate now. Talk to your bank or your mortgage broker. Get your rate secured, get your financing in place, get ready to go. Even minor shifts in interest rates can significantly impact affordability in a town where detached benchmarks range from $659,000 in rural areas to $739,000 in town. You got to watch the market regionally. Townhomes, 93 days to sell. Condos, 97 days to sell. This regional slowdown in attached housing gives Nelson buyers more negotiating room, even though local supply is tight. Leverage the momentum shift. With fewer bidding wars, buyers can negotiate more effectively on price, repair items, possession dates, and subjects. Follow the benchmark price trends. Detached homes, Nelson is up 1.4%. Nelson Rural up 2.2%. Attached homes, townhomes are up plus 6.4%. Condos are up 1.7%. These increases show that Nelson remains fundamentally resilient even as buyer behavior evolves. So if you're a seller, for sellers, Nelson remains one of the most structurally undersupplied markets in the Kootenays. But that does not mean pricing aggressively will work in this environment. You need to price aggressively, strategically, and accurately. Buyers are more value sensitive than they were 2 years ago. Homes priced correctly attract serious interest quickly. Homes priced too high risk stalling out and sitting on the market for a long time. You need to understand your segment. Detached homes continue to perform well. Townhomes and condos need deliberate pricing and strong presentation due to lower turnover. Unique character and view opportunities still command premium attention if marketed properly. Preparation for your home matters, with buyers taking more time and comparing more options. Minor repairs and decluttering and strong photos and social media presence can make a significant difference. Time your listing wisely. Nelson's market typically gains momentum late winter, early spring, and early summer heading into the recreation season. Launching into those seasons for rising buyer activity can give you meaningful improve your results. The bottom line is, so is a big change coming to Nelson, the Nelson real estate market? Absolutely. But it's not the kind that signals any trouble. Nelson's experiencing stable detached home demand, ultra low supply in attached homes, softening buyer urgency, and rising prices nearly across every property type. This is not a downturn. This is a normalization, a shift from emotionally charged buying to more thoughtful, more strategic decision making. For buyers, this creates openings that didn't exist 2 years ago. For sellers, it reinforces the need for precision, timing, and presentation. And Nelson as a whole, it signals a balanced, sustainable market evolving for 2026.